Hi there, Donovan Fondre here again with your cooking tips, the JumpStart tips and techniques to make your life in the kitchen easier with less time, less energy consumed, and even using less water. Well, the holiday season is upon us, and this is the time when the kitchens of America consume more energy than any other time of the year because we're cooking big things like turkeys, hams, prime rib, a nice big prime rib. All of those things take a long time to cook and use a lot of energy. Well, if you jumpstart these recipes with your microwave, you're going to save a lot of time, energy, water, and it's going to be a pleasurable experience in the kitchen. All right, now I've started a turkey because I want to show you how this works. And this is a 10-pound turkey. Now, if you're figuring how much turkey to cook, I pre-did this, and this took me 50 minutes, okay? A 10-pound turkey, 50 minutes, and you always want to check the temperature. And as I said, if you want to figure the amount of turkey for your guests, figure 1 pound of bird, whole bird, per person. So I have a 10-pound turkey here, and that should be enough for 10 people. Very good on the math, Don. And you can see the temperature here is about 160 degrees. I could serve this right now at this temperature. It'd be moist and juicy and beautiful, but since we're doing Jump Start and we want the aesthetics here as well as the flavor and nutrition, this is the turkey, and notice what I've done here to prepare it. I put one side with aluminum foil around the ankle, and that's to prevent it from shriveling up like this guy over here. And we can see that I didn't put it on early enough, but it'll prevent that skin from shriveling up. Same thing is true on this side, where I put it over the wing, because the wing is thinner, and with all the energy coming here, you can get wing jerky on this side by the time the rest of the bird is cooked. All right, we're going to transfer this to our conventional oven, but before we do that, we want to baste off the juices. And you will notice when you cook microwave that, I'm going to tilt my bowl a little bit like this, that you get more juice, and that's because there's no hot air in the microwave and it doesn't evaporate it. And of course, use your basting bulb, and I want to show you a little trick to separate the fat from the juices, because aside from cooking efficiently, we want to cook healthy. And even though that fat tastes great, we should eliminate much of it from our diets. Okay, basted off the juices, and now we are going to take this guy out of this bowl, and I'm going to put the stuffing underneath. And the stuffing is a mix. I didn't make one of my own because we all have our own favorite recipes for stuffing. This is one bag of stuffing mix, and 1 cup of celery, 1 cup of onions, 2 cups of chicken stock, and that's it. The seasoning is in there. So we want to put this in the bowl that we cooked the turkey in. And there's still some juices in the bottom of this, but also, as our turkey cooks, much of the juice from the turkey is going to drain in here, so we'll have a really nice moist dressing. All right, you will notice that underneath this turkey I have a metal roasting rack. Now this is not necessary right now because the turkey is cooked and it's going in on the stuffing. So let me move this aside a little bit and make a little well and set our bird in there. At this side, there we go. Upsy daisy. Now, into the conventional oven. You don't have to preheat it, but in the interest of efficiency here for our TV show, I've preheated it to 350 degrees. And I like to have much of the stuffing sticking out around the sides of the bird, and that makes it crunchy and crispy. So you got the moist underneath the bird, the crispy, crunchy on the sides. All right, here we go into the oven. And in about 10 minutes, you will have a browner, golden brown, crispy skin, just the way we want it. All right, now how do we prepare a turkey for roasting? First of all, you got to have a dish. Here are several dishes. Now this guy's a beautiful one. However, I can't use it because it doesn't fit in the oven. That's your first consideration. It has to fit in the oven. Then I have this oval roaster, and this is perfect. You can see this. Here's a cousin to the one I put in the oven already, and it fits perfectly in this glass roasting dish and also in this plastic roasting dish. So find the proper dish. Okay, now this guy, I want to prepare it so it cooks most efficiently. Ah, a treat for the doggies, okay? They'll love it. That happened to be a tail that was overcooked. The most efficient way to do this, as I did that bird over there, is to cut out the back bone. Just cut along here, and I'm not going to do that because you know how to do that, and it's very easy indeed. And then we put a rack underneath here, and a metal rack, and all of you who watch our show know that metal is perfectly safe to use in your microwave oven as long as you have food in there to absorb the energy. Okay, now we want to get some browning on this guy, so I'm going to put a selection of this is smoky paprika. Put this over the side and the surface, a little on the inside, and just rub it around a little bit like that. And you notice how brown that other turkey was, even though it was done in the microwave and it didn't have the hot air to burn and crisp the skin. Get some on the wings. And then some salt inside the cavity. Pepper inside the cavity. And I like to use a little bit of Bell's poultry seasoning inside the cavity. It's got sage and basil, all kinds of herbs and spices to make it smell and taste delicious. All right, now, bird is ready. Now remember I told you about protecting it, so we will take and put foil around the ankles, and this ankle, and then around the wings. Rack it, and try not to get it along the surface of the body of the turkey because that'll prevent it from cooking, because microwaves cannot go through aluminum foil, so it wouldn't cook here. You know, more color up there. All right, bird is ready. Into the microwave. First of all, we should cover it, and again, that's very important. You want to keep the moisture in there, so you can use these cooking bags. They work very well, except it's an additional expense. They're not cheap. The instructions tell you to put the turkey inside of here and then cut slits inside so the steam can escape. I've found much easier and better is to put the bird in and gather the end, the opening, if you can find it. That always helps. No wonder they sell so many of these. You can't find the opening. There we go. Okay, put the bird inside and then gather it up like this and make a hole the size of your thumb in there, and then put a rubber band or one of these plastic ties around there. Then you have the opening that allows the steam to come out, and you can also turn the bird without all the juices getting out, and it's much easier to handle it. So there's a turkey cooking bag. You can use them if you like. However, we, being as cheap as I am going to use plastic wrap. Get in there. Cover the bird. One side, one sheet on the other side. This is our plastic wrap dispenser, the handiest thing you can happen because you don't have to fumble around, you just smash down the top. So the plastic wrap completely encloses the turkey. You don't have to make any slits in there. If the steam gets too high, it'll just come out of there without worrying about cutting slits. All right, now we place it into the microwave oven and figure about 5 minutes per pound. So this is a 10-pound turkey, and that would be, brilliant Don, that would be 50 minutes. But only do it for half the time in the beginning because you want to baste off the juices. Because the more water you have in there, it's going to take energy away from the turkey and it's not going to cook as efficiently. Now you say, whoa, that's a lot of work, but your professionals will tell you to baste your turkey every 20 minutes or so in that hot oven. Open that thing up, oh, that blast of hot air, it's just so miserable in the kitchen. But when you're using your cool, clean, beautiful microwave, it's such a pleasure. We'll be back in about 10 minutes to show you that turkey ready to serve. I just talked to our turkey and it said, I'm ready! So let's take it out and show you this beautiful bird cooked in, now get this folks, this is an hour and 20 minutes about, compared to the conventional oven which would have taken 3.5 hours. That's a savings of about, let's see, we got 1 kilowatt here. The other was almost 4, so a saving of 3 kilowatt hours. Fantastic. All right, the dish is hot. You know, I use microwave so often that sometimes I'll grab dishes that have been in the conventional oven and, ooh, that smarts. It burns, it hurts. But look at the color on that beautiful bird. Crispy skin. All right, let's take a look at how this juicy, beautiful bird is. You know how to cut your bird. Crispy skin, can you hear it? Go into the bone on the breast and then slice down. Look at how moist that is. You just can't do a better turkey. You know, you'll read all the time about brining your turkeys. You put them in a pot of water. You're wasting 3 gallons of water. Leave it overnight, then rinse it off. And it does make a tasty and a moist bird, but that's an extra step. And then how about this? Deep frying. Clear the gunnels. Put the children away. Watch out for the animals, because when that fat spatters, you are in deep, deep doo-doo. So when you use your microwave and take it out of here properly, juicy white meat, crispy, crunchy skin, and we'll get some dark meat here too, because I love that. And I want to get some dressing on here, nice and crunchy on the outside, and moist and juicy inside. And now, what I should do is to move this, oh, it just falls apart. It's so tender. That's your JumpStart technique and recipe for today. A beautiful roasted turkey in 1/4 the time it would take in a primitive oven, but it's more juicy and moist than the other way. Wait, one more thing I want to show you. A little technique. When you're making your gravy, you can see here, there's a layer of fat on the top. Can you see that? Well, we don't want that. So what you do to make a nice, clear, non-fat gravy is to take your basting bulb and go underneath the fat to the juices. Drain, pull them up, put them in your gravy boat, add your cornstarch or flour and other seasonings if you want. The giblets, of course, have been cut up, and there you have pure, defatted, delicious turkey stock for gravy. That's your JumpStart tip for today. Check out our website and you can get all these lessons, and we have the cookbook, JumpStart Cooking, to help you make your life in the kitchen easier and better. Donovan Fondre, enjoy!